Welcome to the Sports Card Hustle.
Hey everybody, this is Michael coming to you with another episode on the Sports Card Hustle channel, where we are going to continue our conversation on the Topps Project 2020. I'm going to be sharing specifically my top 10 favorite, that's right, my top 10 favorite Topps Project 2020 cards, specifically based on the art alone. So we're not going to be looking into what might be the most valuable down the road or what everybody is currently buying or looking for cards that are in the most limited quantities. We are going to be specifically coming at this from an art perspective, and I'm going to be sharing with you my top 10 favorite artist renditions of the Topps Project 2020. Before we get into this video, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below because it really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. Lets other sports card collectors, other art enthusiasts, and people that are interested in Topps Project 2020 know that this video is for each and every one of them too. We're going to get right into it because I am excited to share some of the cards that I personally enjoy from this release and discuss the art on top of it. And starting with number 10 today is the Topps Project 2020 1990 Frank Thomas card by Don C. Now, as you can see up here, this card is a very unique card to say the least. The entire card is covered in gold, and it is very interesting to the eye and very interesting from a collector standpoint as well. I can really see this card being on a mantelpiece and standing out for the art alone. And it is a very, very cool card. This was done by Don C., who is a Chicago-based artist. And it's a very cool card and something that I think will stand the test of time in the art world. And I don't think you're going to see much more cards like these in the future, but Don C. definitely has a style unique to himself. And a little fun fact about Don C. is that he co-founded, alongside Virgil Abloh, the RSVP Gallery. And if you know anything about designer clothing, Virgil Abloh has been one of the hottest designers over the past couple years, especially with Off-White and all the things he's been doing alongside Nike and in the high-end designer world as well. So that is my 10th favorite Topps Project 2020 card. Now, rolling right into number 9 is a card that I personally got a chance to get my hands on. Still waiting for it to arrive, but it is the 2011 Mike Trout by Blake Jameson. That's right. Really love this card. Specifically, I like how the RC rookie card logo really stands out on it. And it's my favorite Mike Trout card to date. I know a lot of people are crazy about the Ermsey, but I personally like Blake Jameson's style a little bit more. And I've heard in a couple videos that if you have Blake Jameson's Topps Project 2020 cards, you could actually send them out on over to him and he will sign them for you. So that's something that you got to look into if you have any Blake Jameson cards in your Topps Project 2020 collection, because I know I'm personally going to be looking into it too. But again, this is a very unique card. I love the design. I love the colors. And it's always great to have Mike Trout in the top 10. Now, coming in at the number 8th spot today is another card that I personally am waiting for. I got a chance to get my hands on this one, and that is the 1984 Don Mattingly card by Mr. Cartoon. Now, I really love this card, specifically the fact that it has the subway in the foreground and it says Hitman right there on the card. And Mr. Cartoon, as you can see, has a very unique style to himself that really stands out when you're looking at his cards overall. And if you know anything about Mr. Cartoon, you know that he is the tattoo artist for people such as Dr. Dre, Justin Bieber, Snoop Dogg, Justin Timberlake, and many other really famous celebrities. So it's very cool to see him come into the sports card world and put his unique artistic flair on the hobby. Now coming in at the 7th spot today, a card that I really enjoy. I've been covering his cards quite a lot lately on my Instagram and on YouTube as well. That is the 1993 Derek Jeter Ermsey card. And as you can see, it has the flaming Statue of Liberty torch right there on the card next to the flaming baseball. And it's a very unique design. It's very cool to see a cartoon feel to this iconic Derek Jeter card. But I don't have this card yet, but it is my 7th favorite card, especially when it comes to the artwork alone. And that's one thing I say about Topps Project 2020 is buy the cards for the artist, the artwork, and the player. Don't buy these cards in hopes to make a lot of money. If you do, great, but really support the art. A lot of these people's prints on their other artistic creative endeavors are never going to be $20. So getting something by Ermsey for $20 is a great foray into the art world. Now my 6th favorite card in the Topps Project 2020 is another card by Blake Jamieson, and that is the 1987 Mark McGwire card. Now as you can see, this card has a lot of color to it, and it definitely pays homage to the American flag. It is something that I love to see, being a proud American. Even though there's a lot going on throughout the world, I will always be proud of my country, because when we have our differences, we work to make things better. And as you can see right now, the country is hopefully gonna come together. But I love this card. I love the American flag. And I love really the vintage feel of Blake Jamieson's artwork. If you don't know anything about Blake Jamieson, he is a New York pop portrait artist, and he's done stuff with Howie Mandel, Gary Vaynerchuk, and over 350 athletes in the NFL, NBA, and MLB. So Blake Jamieson definitely does a lot when it comes to the sports card world. But this card itself is something that I think is a great card to own. So that is exactly why I have 2 Blake Jamieson cards on today's list. Now coming in at the 5th spot today is another card I own, and that is the 1952 Jackie Robinson card by Joshua Vibes. And as you can see, this card right here has great vibes in my opinion. I love the background specifically on this card, and that is exactly why it's my 5th favorite card so far from the Topps Project 2020. This card stands out among all the cards and is something that really catches my eye. So I'm a big fan of Joshua Vibes' creative rendition of the 1952 Jackie Robinson card, and it really has a very unique comic book-like feel. So I am very proud to get this one, hopefully in the coming weeks, to add to my personal collection. Now coming in at the number 4th spot is a card that just was sold as recently as today, and that is the 1969 Nolan Ryan King Saladin card. Now a little bit about King Saladin is that he is a world-renowned contemporary artist from Philadelphia. And it's great to see him put his touch on this Nolan Ryan card. Now the thing that really draws my eye to this card specifically is the sunset in the background. As soon as I saw the card, I was like, gotta have it. It is a great looking card, and again, another beautiful artist rendition of a classic baseball card. I'm hoping Topps Project 2020 hopefully maybe makes its way on over to basketball, because that would be really cool to see what these artists can do in other sports as well. But for now, my 4th favorite Topps Project 2020 baseball card, because that's all they've been covering, is the 1969 King Saladin Nolan Ryan. Now coming to us at number 3, and that is the 1959 Bob Gibson by Gregory Sip. Now this card is very unique. It almost looks like something straight out of Mars, and that is exactly why my eye was drawn to it. I think this card is another beautiful card to have in your art or baseball collection. So I think it's one that each and every one of you should consider purchasing if you haven't got any Topps Project 2020 cards yet, or just consider purchasing it even if you already do. I mean, look at this card. It has a Mars-like feel. It stands out in a league of its own when it comes to creativity, and it has a lot of pop as well. The pink pops on the black background, and I think it's a card that deserves to be in the top 3. Now, a little bit about Gregory Sip is that he is a Brooklyn-born, LA-based artist known for his pop art. Now, pop art is meant to pop, and that is exactly what this card does. And that is exactly why it's my number 3 card on today's list. Another little fun fact about Gregory Sip is that he also happens to do a lot of designs for my favorite sock company, Stance. So it's no wonder that this card caught my eye. All right, now we are getting down to the final 2, but in the second place spot today is the 1975 George Brett card by Mr. Cartoon. So we have Mr. Cartoon twice on today's list, and I think we have a little bit of a pattern here. I have 2 Blake Jameson cards, 2 Mr. Cartoon cards, and guess what? I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. My number 1 card also, don't tell anybody. It also is by an artist that will be bringing his second card to today's list. So I definitely have an affinity for some specific artists out there when it comes to Topps Project 2020. And I think you'll have an affinity for different artists as well, because when it comes to art, it's about what you like. Same with sports cards. It's about what players you like. But when it comes to art, it's about what style, what flair, what fits your personality. So each and every one of you will have a different top 10. So I hope you guys share in the comment section below your favorite Topps Project 2020 cards, because everybody's is gonna be different. And my number 1 Topps 2020 card is the 1982 Cal Ripken Jr. card by Don C. That's right, we had Don C start the list and end today's list because he has a very unique style. It's very similar to the Frank Thomas card that we were talking about earlier today, but this one is emblazed with a little bit more color, and that is exactly why it is my favorite card on today's list. As you can see, you have the silver borders, which stand out in and of itself, but that little pop of purple, teal, and blue really make this card draw my eye more than anything else. And that is my top 10 favorite Project 2020 cards based on the art alone. That's right, we're coming at it from an art perspective and forgetting about investing today, forgetting about print runs, and just talking about what we like as art and baseball card collectors. So I'd love to know, comment below your favorite Project 2020 card, and let me know if it's the same or it's something different, or maybe it's something that wasn't even on today's list. And that is the great thing about art. What piece draws you in is always unique to you, and everybody has their own reasons. Now, I love Topps Project 2020. I think it is great for the art world. I think it's great for the sports card world. I think it's great for the hobby, and I think it's going to get a lot more media attention and draw more and more people to the hobby we all love. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe down below. I really appreciate it. It lets other sports card collectors other art collectors. That's right, we're saying art collectors in today's episode, and other people that are interested in Topps Project 2020 know that this video is for each and every one of them too. Guys, I appreciate you very, very much so. I hope you stay safe, stay healthy, stay blessed. And until next time, my friends, peace out!